Yo, trappers, welcome back to J Will Trap TV. How you guys doing? Hey, we are back. We are reviewing Atlanta Season 4, Episode 7. This episode is called Snipe Hunt, okay? Let's get right into this one, guys. This one's a little bit more heartfelt, so your boy is gonna get a little bit more on the emotional side in this episode. Let's go. Okay, so we start the episode with Ern, Van, and Lottie driving on a campsite road. Ern is driving really fast. Van asks him to slow down, but he ignores her. Ern finally pulls up on the campsite manager, who immediately asks him to slow down. Slow down. And then we find out that Ern has rented out the entire campsite. So like if you guys have gone camping, like there's a big campsite, a huge number of families will come in and they will camp at different points and we share that campsite. But Ern has rented out the entire forest. So think about this guy that's coming in, big money, renting out an entire forest so his family can just spend their time together by themselves. All in the name of Lottie's birthday, by the way. So as we switch away to them starting to unpack and walk into their campsite, Van asks if Ern thinks that the campsite manager will kill them in their sleep. Ern says it's pretty unlikely and gives it an 8% chance. They start to set up camp and it looks like Ern has bought the most expensive tent he can buy. It's a big tent that's supposed to house at least 12 people. It even comes with a porch. Van says that with all that space, they will probably freeze because it's only the three of them, but she reassures Ern and lets him know that it's fine, the tent looks great, and she goes over to help with setting it up. Ern asks Lottie if she wants to help set up the tent, but Lottie isn't very interested, and I'm not sure, and we'll talk about this at the end of the episode, but I'm not sure if she just sensed their energy, that their energy wasn't that quite in sync, and didn't want to be bothered with the drama. Ern wonders what's wrong with Lottie, and Van says that she's just tired, and Lottie just has like this amazing moment with nature where she walks up to the river, and she can hear and sense everything, and she's just a beautiful looking girl. We switch back to Ern and Van, and Ern asks Van about moving to LA. He asks her if Van has thought about it, and Van says that she's thought about it, but she wants to talk about it later. Because Van didn't have an immediate answer to his question, it seems like Ern is a little bit concerned. So we switch to the next scene, and they finish setting up the tent. It doesn't look exactly right. We didn't see a picture of how it should look, but they have clearly stated it doesn't look the way it should, but they ask Lottie what she thinks of it, and she walks in and she thinks it's fine. Some time passes, and the family, they're out traveling through the campsite. They get to the point where they use the restroom and everyone relieves themselves. Ern is over by himself and the girls go over to a different point and Lottie exclaims that she peed. Ern says that is what they were supposed to do. We then come upon a river that has a very strong current. It's pretty much going pretty fast. The water is pretty high and Ern wants to cross the river, but Van and Lottie are a little against it. Van says that she doesn't want to cross the river. She wants to go up and go around the river. I did think the current was pretty strong and that maybe they should have avoided that river. So in the next scene, I'm a gamer, so I'm gonna say these are some ruins. These are some campsite ruins. These are some old buildings that used to be here on this campsite, but have been overgrown by nature itself. And they are here, they're enjoying themselves. And Ern asks Lottie if she's enjoying her birthday. And Lottie says that she doesn't really like her birthday. This kind of causes some concern for Ern, and he's wondering why Lottie isn't enjoying her birthday. It turns out that Lottie is trying to catch stuff, like she's trying to catch frogs, insects, whatever she can catch. Van tells her not to worry about catching anything because later on in the night, they're gonna try to catch a snipe. Now, you're probably all wondering, what is a snipe? What kind of animal is this? And this is something that Van has made up. So Ern asks if they're pranking Lottie because he doesn't know what a snipe is either. And Van says that she used to go to summer camp and this was an activity that they did during summer camp. Ern is surprised that Van even went to summer camp and he wonders about what this snipe hunt really entails. We switch to Lottie, who is again vibing in nature. At this point, they've kind of muted out what Van and Ern are talking about and we just get Lottie in this scene where she's walking around these ruins and we can hear the grass, we can hear the insects, we can hear the birds, and it's just really overwhelming and we can just kind of get a sense that she is not focused on whatever her parents are talking about. Once we can finally hear what Van and Ern are talking about, we hear that Ern has some concerns about the connotation used around snipe. Catching a snipe sounds like a racist term, like, let's go get the snipe, or the snipes are taking our jobs, we gotta go get them. At this point, Lottie catches a toad, but Van runs over and says, okay, you can't have the toad, you gotta put the toad down. The toad was nice enough to let you look at him, but now you gotta put him down. I thought it was a little weird that Van didn't have Lottie wash her hands. So now we switch to some more tender moments. You know, Ern talking to Lottie about how he eats ice cream all the time. and then they go fishing. While they're fishing, Lottie says that she wished Grandpa and Grandma were there, and Ern says that they will celebrate with them on the weekend. As parents, this is a big issue because they're really concerned that their daughter isn't having fun on their amazing campsite adventure birthday. So they start to kind of reason with her and say, isn't it nice that, you know, all three of us are together and, you know, we'll get to celebrate with them later, etc., etc. From this whole conversation, I kind of get the fact that Ern, even though he's very successful, he isn't always around to be in Lottie's everyday life. And that's all due to work. But at the same time, Ern, you gotta get in those days, man. You gotta log in those hours with your daughter, man, no matter what, no matter how big Paperboy gets, boy. So we switch to another scene and now it's a little bit later. Ern and Van are eating and they start to talk about LA. But then Lottie walks up and says that it's time to go catch the snipe. Van tries to deter Lottie and says maybe they can do it tomorrow night because she wants to talk to Ern. But Lottie is looking pretty sad. It's her birthday, so they decide to go try to catch a snipe. And the next thing we see, Van setting Lottie up with a pillowcase, a lantern, and a stick. And basically she's saying that, hey, if you set up this stick and allow the snipe to come into this pillowcase with the lantern, you gotta make this noise and the snipe will show up. And then once he goes into the bag, you gotta hit him on the head. So once she gets Lottie set up with this whole contraption, she goes to talk with Ern. Van and Ern finally sit down and they start talking about LA. Ern asks Van if she's gonna come with him to LA. Van wonders if the reason that Ern rented out the entire campsite was to manipulate them to get her to answer this question. Ern says he only rented out the campsite to make Lottie's birthday special. He asks her if she can tell him what's so great about Atlanta that she will not leave Atlanta. Van says that it's her choice to stay. She's afraid that Ern is only inviting her because he's afraid to be alone out there and she doesn't want to be his safety blanket in case he's not successful in his new environment. To our surprise, at this point, Lottie comes out the woods and says that she actually caught something. She's holding a pillowcase and whatever she has caught looks pretty big. Van asks Lottie to drop the bag and run to her. At this point, Ern goes to investigate. He has a stick and he walks up, and I'm gonna let you guys decide on what this is, but something comes out that bag and it doesn't look like anything I've ever seen in my life. They then go to sing happy birthday. Lottie says no singing and she blows out the candle with the big six and we end the scene. So now it's nighttime and Ern, he is freezing on his side of the tent. Lottie and Van are asleep, but Ern is over by himself freezing. So it seems like Van and Ern are like playing this we're not together game where they kind of co-parent Lottie and try to act like they don't really like each other and they're just like sleeping in the same tent but not sleeping in the same tent. Van sees him freezing and she asks him to come over to get warm, to sit next with them and get warmer. Ern tries to see if Lottie's awake because he wants to talk to Van. He starts talking about LA again. Ern says that when he goes, he wouldn't have to be alone because he could potentially find someone else to be with, but that's not what he wants. He says he wants to be with Van. He says that he wants to be a family. He says Lottie's amazing, that she is the combined best parts of both of them, and he says that he loves Van. Van says that she cannot pack up her whole life because Ern loves her as Lottie's mom. She says it's not enough for her. This causes Ern to get up, go across the tent, and cross over Lottie and get directly in front of Van's face and tell her that she doesn't realize how much in love with her that he is. That he sees her as a woman and he still wants her, and that he wants to be a family. He says, what else is there if not the feeling of family? And she says, it's a little Kanye being passionate. And I wonder if they thought about deleting this scene because your boy Kanye is getting canceled. He doubles down on not wanting to find someone new and says that he wants to be with her. He asks her one last time if she wants to go to LA and be a family, and she cries and she says, okay. They snuggle and they confess their love to each other. So the next day, they wake up and they do their hygiene. They're out brushing their teeth in front of the river, spitting into the lake, or spitting into the river. It starts raining, and it starts raining over all the tents. They start to collect their things, and Van is trying to take the tent down, but Ern says, leave the tent, we'll get another one. Baller move, baller. They decide to leave the tent behind and they rush into the car. At this point, amazing conversation is happening, amazing music is happening. We zoom in on Lottie and she's looking at her mom and dad and she smiles. She smiles because she knows in the future her best days are ahead of her. That's what I think, guys. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's analyze this episode. Let's break this episode down. Boom, welcome to next week. Let's finish with the analysis. Sorry guys, it's been a wild week. Okay, so let's start with Ern. In the beginning of the episode, we see Ern speeding through that campsite, speeding through that road, speeding in the direction, going where he wants to go. He has something on his mind and he is going there. Even when Van asks him to slow down, He doesn't do it. He ignores her. He has something on his mind. He has a goal, a mission, an objective while he's here. This objective is to get Van to go with him to LA. And while they're there, he continuously asks her about this at every break. This is really important to him. He really needs her to go. It's a make or break if she does not come. As you know, Van continues to push things off, but he asks her, what is so great about Atlanta that you won't leave? Something that I've always liked about Earn is he really tries to kind of talk and work things out with people. And he's really trying to get Van into this place where she can trust him to come with him to LA. When he finally bears his soul to Van and tells her that he doesn't just think of her as the mother of his child, but he loves her as a woman, that he's always loved her, he's always desired her, that he dreams about her, all this is real genuine. That's why he gets up, he starts crying, all that stuff. I wished all that worked in real life. And we know this because, you know, you can go back to season 1, you know, when he was there, always visiting, making sure Van was okay, if she needed money, when he had money, when he finally got his percentage, he gave out all to Van. You remember when he overcharged his card just to kind of give her that beautiful dinner experience and didn't complain, but hated the waitress, but when it came to Van, always made sure she was enjoying herself. If we go back to Amsterdam, when they were in Amsterdam and Van showed up, he was concerned about her well-being. He made it his responsibility, kept trying to reach out to her even though she was kind of going through something and ignored him. This dude loves this girl. So for Earn, I am finally happy to see him get the girl. But Earn, you gotta calm down on that big spin and at least let people know what your intentions are before you hop in there with all that cash, okay? Because Van was felt a little manipulated. So, you know, as you go forward, you continue to ball, make sure you kind of let people know what's going down. All right, Earn, you're my boy, bro. I love you, Earn. So let's go to Lottie. Lottie is special. As we've seen her grow, she has enormous potential as a young lady. Look how she caught that snipe. It wasn't even real and she materialized it. Isn't that crazy? Lottie has a mysterious attunement to nature, her parents. And if we go back to that Mr. Chocolate episode, what is really right and wrong? Morality. You remember how she told that guy to just shut up when he was yelling at his wife? Lottie can sense the discord between her parents throughout the trip. And that's kind of what I think has her off. Because the second that they really are in sync and they're really in love with each other and they have a plan to go forward, that's when we finally see her smile. So let's talk about Van. Van has always had identity issues, right? Always issues with her identity. She's always being judged. In season 1, in the value episode, she's being judged by Jade. In season 1, in the Juneteenth episode, she's being judged by her own mother. And in season 3, in the Terror episode, she changes her whole identity completely to the point where she goes crazy at the end of the episode because she gets reminded that she's not with Lottie. Van wants to feel independent and value as a woman, but she wants to do it on her own worth and merit. She doesn't want to ride a man's coattails. She doesn't want to sleep with men through different cities or at different statuses to keep up her lifestyle. I think she was afraid of this in Earn, but I think she realized that Earn really is a good guy. He's not, he came out the mud. He's not just this kind of flashy, unthoughtful person. He really cares about Lottie. You see it in all of his interactions. He really cares about Van, like I said earlier. I did think that she kind of reversed her decision not to go pretty quickly. I would have liked to see that in a later episode where she kind of has a change of heart and then comes back. I think that would have been like better drama. However, Atlanta, we have 35-minute episodes and they're very anthology-like, so it kind of makes sense they just kind of wrap this up. So I'm really interested to see what comes next. But I'm finally glad, guys, we got that family we wanted to see since season 1, okay? We got Lottie, we got Earn, we got Van, everybody looking together, looking good. We got the good music, everybody driving off and we seen Lottie smile. All right, guys, I'm your boy J Will. Hit me up, guys, hit me up. Go check out my post. I put that post up. Go drop a like for your boy. Hey, guys, I'll catch you guys later. All right, peace.